guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I am working on, today's 6, but I have a total of 10 bridal party tumblers to make. The customer is a friend of mine I went to high school with. We cheered together. I've known her for a really long time. So I'm very honored to be able to make these tumblers for her and her bridal party. And she gave me the colors, but she didn't really give me a design. She just told me to do whatever I want. So for the last couple of days I've been like racking my brain, and I'm like, these have to be perfect. What the heck do I do? And I was laying in bed last night, literally laying there with my eyes closed, just waiting for my body to like shut down and go to sleep. And all of a sudden I was like, boom, light bulb. I know what I'm going to do. I wasn't even thinking about these tumblers, and my brain was like, hey, this is what you're doing. So I have an idea about what I want to do for hers and all of theirs. These are the colors of the wedding. It's going to be sage green and like a vintage blush color. So I never thought about these two colors together, but this is very, very pretty. So I'm excited for these tumblers. I want to make hers very over the top, and I want to make theirs pretty but not too flashy because I want hers to stand out. So I have an idea about what I want to do, and I wanted to film it for you guys in case anybody else has some bridal party tumblers they need to make. Maybe this will give you some inspiration. So like I said, I have a total of 10, the bride and then 9 bridesmaids. So my turner back here, my one from Bama Cups, that's the one I'm using. It's a 6-cup turner. I still have my crappy little turners over here that I've used like from the start of me making tumblers, but I don't actually use those turners anymore because they are crap. So I'm actually waiting for my other one from Bama Cups to come in. I'm really excited. So I'm only working on 6 at a time, and I wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to set one aside for her, the bride, and then show you guys the process of what I'm going to do for the bridesmaids. So I'm going to start by taking some painter's tape and making a stripe in the middle of each tumbler, or like roughly the middle, and trying to get this straight. Bring it all the way around. It's really hard on a tapered tumbler, but that'll do. So I'm going to do this to every cup except for the bride's. Mention these are 20-ounce Maker Flow craft tumblers, so I will have their link down in my description. But my next step is to paint every other one. I know it's going to be uneven because there's 10, but one is a bride. So I'm just going to paint every other one with this tape on. One's going to be the blush, one's going to be the sage green, and then we'll peel the tape off. Okay, so this is my plan for the bride's tumbler. I'm going to say it, but I hope it makes sense because I can see it in my brain, and I hope that I can explain it with words. So, you know the tooled leather tumbler that I made? If you're new here, I mean, it's probably the same file or similar that anybody else has used for it. But it looks like lace kind of. So what I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to use that file, but I want to make this a V-split, right? So make this the V, make the outside of the V probably the sage, make the inside of the V the blush, right? And then the rest of it, I'm going to cut out this lace file, put it all over it, right? And then I'm going to spray paint all of that white, so it'll be covered up, but it'll look like lace, like a wedding dress. And then instead of putting like vinyl to like break up the V, I want to put rhinestones. So once this is completely done, completely cured, I'll go in with my liquid fusion and my flat back glass rhinestones and line the V. I'm hoping it'll look as good as it does in my brain. Okay, so I've got the V taped off. Now I need to spray the inside of that. What did I say I was going to make that? Blush, right? I did say that, I hope. I'm pretty sure I did. So now I'm going to spray this blush and then cover it up and spray this sage. I will show you my ratchet process of how this is going to go. So I'm going to go outside and spray just this section right here inside this V blush. Okay, so now you can hear the sound of my Cricut working on that lace file. I know I keep bouncing back and forth, but I want to keep moving because that's what I do. I can't just like sit here. I got to keep going. So now I've taken the tape off of these beauties. Now the next step, I am going in with Interstellar from the Glitter Grind. It is this very, very beautiful holographic silver chunky mix. I feel like it is very like wedding-like and diamonds and all that good stuff. So that's what's going to go through here. And I am not spray painting it or anything because I mean silver and silver. So I feel like that'll be good. I am using Mod Podge, of course, and this like thinner paintbrush. And this is going to be every bridesmaid tumbler. And even though I'm trying to make it look perfect around the edges, I'm not going to panic about it because there are going to be vinyl stripes right there. So if there is a small bald spot or I get some on the green or the pink or whatever, not a big deal. I try not to panic when I'm making tumblers because then everything goes wrong. And then I panic more. So, we're just chilling. Alright, so I'm going to get that on here real quick. And I'm not taking the top off like I know I normally do with my chunky mixes because I really want some of that thinner, smaller cut pieces to come through instead of just the chunky pieces. So see, like there's some bald spots, but I am not gonna worry about it. So that is very pretty. I'm just gonna clean this up. So for this next one, I'm actually going to cover up the paint because, you know, whenever you paint a tumbler, even though it's dry, like if you don't let it dry like overnight, it still feels like kind of tacky, I guess. Well, some pieces of glitter are sticking to my green paint on the other cup, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna have to hand pick some pieces off, and I don't want to do that to every single dang cup. So I am just gonna cover them up like so before I start glittering. But this is going to be really, really pretty. I love this sage green color. I did not realize I love sage green, but here I am learning new things. Okay, so I jumped the gun, got ahead of myself, thought I'm gonna go outside and spray paint this white, and then I stopped abruptly and I was like, girl, you gotta put your decals on. So I have the lace decal that I have cut up into sections here because I don't want anything on this, or of course where the tape is going to be. I just want the decals on everything here. So I'm probably not even going to need all of them, but I'd rather have too much cut out than not enough, so it's okay. So I'm pretty much just going to hand place some sections on. When it's all like together in one piece, it looks good, but overall whenever you do this, I really don't feel like you have to try to piece it back together like a puzzle. I feel like it all just kind of flows together anyway. You can get it all on your transfer tape. There we go. So I am just going to lay these pieces down. I'm going to try to get this one up fitting right here. Oh yeah, I might have to cut the sections into sections to get stuff to fit. Okay, so now I am actually going to go spray all of this white, and then I will show you what it looks like. Hopefully it's going to resemble lace, like a dress, when I'm done. Okay, so now I have all of this painted white. It is a little hard to see on camera, but that design shows through the paint just perfectly. So what I'm going to do now, when my camera focuses back, there we go. I'm going to take this tape off and epoxy it before I do anything else, because I want this right here to be spray painted with that sage. I don't want to mess up anything around it, so epoxying it is my best option, I think, because I will be able to tape off everything else and spray paint this section. So this is what I have thus far. I am going to epoxy it. I'm going to actually give it a few more minutes before I do so, because that paint feels just the slightest bit tacky still. And if you can see over here, I have all of the Bridesmaids, well, some of them, of the Bridesmaids tumblers over there on the turners ready for epoxy. I'm hoping 1 coat before I can do the vinyl stripes, but I'm gonna guess 2, because you don't want to put vinyl over something that's lumpy. Even if you sand it, it's still a lump, and you will be able to see that really bad under vinyl. So I'm gonna epoxy these tumblers and then come back tomorrow at least for the next step on the bride's tumbler. Okay, so here we are the next day, and what I'm going to do now is just tape off some stuff. I might have to sand a couple areas that the vinyl lifted, but overall I am just going to tape everything off so I can spray paint this sage. Alright, it is time to finish these bad boys up today, aside from their final coats of epoxy, but this is going to be a really fun day when it comes to these tumblers. So I did decide during the epoxy process that I was going to add Helix from the glitter grind. This is an additive. It looks like it's completely silver, but you can't see any silver. It's just, it adds a sparkle. So I just put like a pinch of it into my epoxy. And I don't know if you can see too much on camera. It gives a slight sparkle, and I just thought that was perfect for these. I also decided to add it to the bride's tumbler as well. So very pretty. I'm really excited about it. So now the next step is to add some vinyl stripes around this glitter to break that up. So what I did was printed out or cut out these vinyl stripes. This is just white Oracle 651 vinyl, permanent vinyl, 0.2 wide and 11 tall. It might be a little bit too long. I can always overlap or cut it off like I did with the stripe tumbler in the last video. So I found this idea again from Jessica Flynn at Flynn Sisters Boutique. She spray painted her vinyl. I have the vinyl strips. I am going to paint the vinyl the corresponding color. So like the blush will go on the green will go on the blush. So I really wish I could take you guys outside to show you, but it is pouring. I can't take my camera out there. I am going to kind of like hold an umbrella over my vinyl, spray paint. But that's literally all I'm doing. I am just spray painting the vinyl, letting it dry. Now it is time to put the finishing touch on the bride's tumbler. I am so excited about this. I have these. I'm hoping it will be enough. I know it looks like there's a lot in there, but this takes more than you think. So normally on a V-split tumbler, you know, you see people put vinyl stripes or glitter stripes or whatever. I am wanting to outline this in these rhinestones. These are glass flat back rhinestones. I will put where I got them down in the description. These are SS16 size or 4 millimeters. What I'm going to use to apply the rhinestones is Liquid Fusion. This was from Amazon. And then look how stinking cute this is. This is my little picker tool that I use to put the rhinestones on, also from Amazon. So here we go. So I'm just going to show you a few of them in real time, and then of course I will fast forward through all of this because it's going to take me quite a while, I'm sure. But I just have all of my rhinestones, or not all of them, but a handful of rhinestones kind of dumped out over here. And I am going to use Liquid Fusion. I'm hoping it's only going to take like one single column, but I might have to come back and do two. We will see. So I'm just going to do a little bit at a time and add these rhinestones on. So whenever you put this on a rhinestone, it just like sticks right to it and picks it right up. And that's really too much glue, but it's okay. It'll dry clear. You won't be able to see it, hopefully, I think. Ooh. I actually might take a Q-tip and wipe some of that off. So I will just show you the process of this first little section here. And then I'm going to clean up that glue and do a time lapse for you guys so you can see it happening. It is very satisfying. Very satisfying. But also very tedious, very time consuming. Okay, so this is what I have thus far. It's going to completely outline everything you see here. So here we go. Look how pretty. It's such a delicate little addition, I guess, but it's so pretty and I love it so much. I've got to let that sit at least overnight before I go trying to like clean up the rim or anything like that. I don't want any of those crystals to shift. So let that liquid fusion sit overnight, you know, 24 hours, whatever, and that'll be it. You do not want to epoxy over these, and you won't need to with this liquid fusion. They are on there, they're not going anywhere. If you epoxy over top of these really like high quality, high class, whatever, glass rhinestones, it's going to like lose some of the shine. It's not going to be as like pretty and sparkly. So this one's done. Okay, that paint is dry, so now I'm going to put the sage green stripes on the blush tumbler. And I'm going to have one on top and one on bottom, of course. And like I said, they're probably a little too long, but that can be taken care of. So what do you guys think? I think they are super cute and they look really good with the bride's tumbler. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I was really worried that this wasn't going to turn out, but I'm really happy that they did. So my next step will be to get the rest of the stripes on the other Bridesmaids tumblers and then pop those on my turner from Bay My Cups and get some epoxy going on those. I'm guessing 2 coats will be perfectly fine for that. So when it comes to the bride's tumbler, that will just, I mean, this is done. This is completely done. I don't have to do anything else to it. Like I said, you don't want to epoxy over the rhinestones, which they're already on there pretty good. You just want to let that sit and harden up completely, let everything dry. So all I have to do is put epoxy on the Bridesmaids tumblers. This will be completely done. Before I go, I do have y'all's cup of positivity, and today's quote is, "Don't let yesterday take up too much of today." That was said by Will Rogers. That's it, guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. I hope if you have some Bridesmaids tumblers to make as well, this can give you some inspiration, or even just a tumbler for yourself, because this is so cute. So that's all for today. If y'all have any questions, like always, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!